Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm recording my pregnancy update for weeks 13 through 16. I'm actually 20 weeks while I'm recording this. I'm just very behind on filming this stuff, but I have all the notes in my phone. Okay, so for week 13, my nausea was still going strong. I was just coming back from Chicago from telling my family that I'm pregnant. And while I was there, I was very distracted. I was around a lot of people. I was in a new environment and I was actually feeling really good. I wasn't feeling sick at all. So as soon as I came back home and walked through the door, I felt sick again. So morning sickness is not gone at this point. I also have that my nipples are really sore this week, and I could definitely tell that my boobs were getting bigger because I would open a microwave or a cabinet door and I would swing it and it would just graze my nipple. So I was like, oh, they're just getting a little bit big, and it was very painful and very humbling experience. Okay, for week 14, that's when we announced on social media and told all of our friends on social media that we hadn't told yet, and on YouTube. So that was very exciting. But my nausea was super bad this week. I actually threw up in my backyard one day. I was sitting on the couch feeling totally fine, and then all of a sudden I was not fine. And I go to my backyard to get some fresh air because I was like, just walk it off to get some fresh air, you're okay. And then it hit me and I was not gonna make it to the bathroom, so I just threw up in the grass in the backyard. So that was fun. Pregnancy is fun. I also have that my boobs and my nipples are so sore all the time. And I had a constant bad taste in my mouth, and this was going on for a few weeks and kind of still now. I just feel I don't know, my mouth just tastes bad all the time. I always want to brush my teeth. It just doesn't taste good. It's not metallic or anything some people say that they have, but it's, I don't know, it just feels like I have bad breath all the time. Okay, that's all I have for 14. For week 15, that was my first time experiencing round ligament pain, and I got out of bed too fast. I stood up, and it's it feels like I pulled a muscle, you pull your uterus muscle basically, and it just hurts. You're doubled over. It just hurts so bad. So now I just do everything in slow motion. I don't do anything fast anymore. And then week 16. So week 16 was interesting. First, I have that my stomach was starting to feel hard and not squishy anymore. I guess that's a pregnancy thing, is supposed to feel hard when there's a baby in there, but it had felt squishy up until this point. And so week 16 was finally when I noticed oh, it's kind of firm, there's a baby growing. So that was kind of cool. And then 16 weeks and 3 days, I woke up and my underwear felt wet, and I was in the kitchen trying to feed the dogs, and I looked at my underwear and there was red blood. So I ran to the bathroom and sat down to go pee and to see what would come out, and it was I was pouring blood, my period had started, and I know that that is not normal. So I immediately started panicking. It's my heart just dropped because I felt in that moment we had lost our baby and I was having a miscarriage, you know. So it was very scary, and I immediately go to take out my Doppler and find the heartbeat, and I found it right away. Baby was totally fine. The heartbeat was the same normal range that it normally is. But this was at 6 a.m. and my doctor's office doesn't open until 8. So I woke up John. I was freaking out. I was trying to Google everything, and everything was just telling me if you have any bleeding in the second trimester, call your doctor immediately. So I was kind of in panic mode. So I called the doctor at 8, and I got in for an emergency ultrasound at 11. And as soon as they put the ultrasound and I saw the baby on the screen, I saw baby kicking their legs. So I knew immediately, okay, baby is alive. And the lady just she did a bunch of measurements and like everything seemed totally normal and she wasn't concerned at all. And I remember asking her, like, since baby's okay or baby looks okay, like could it be something wrong with like the placenta? And she was like, you know, it could be several different things, like, you know, it could be a lot of things that cause this. And I found out later when I had my follow-up with the midwife that apparently the tech didn't even look at my placenta, so I didn't know. I don't know. The midwife said she thinks it's just like the placenta is like a very bloody organ and the uterus is can be a bloody organ, and sometimes when it's like attaching or like, you know, moving or I don't know, getting nestled in, it can just bleed and it just happens. And I don't know, like, yes, it just happens, but like it seemed like a lot of blood. So I don't know, it was very scary. But it had stopped at this point. It was just when I went to the bathroom in the morning, and then at this point it was kind of just like brown spotting, so it wasn't like still going on. She said if it keeps happening to like call them again, but you know, sometimes it just happens and baby looks totally fine, so don't worry about it. So I went home and everything was fine, and I woke up the next morning and same thing happened again. I go to the bathroom first thing in the morning and more red blood is like pouring out. So I wasn't as scared the next day because I just saw the baby and I knew baby was okay. And I had my Doppler, so I found the heartbeat right away. So I knew baby was like alive, you know? So I called the doctor and they said, you know, like, we're not super worried about you coming in today since you were just here yesterday. But this was on a Friday, so she said to just monitor it over the weekend, and if it gets worse to call the hospital and go into the hospital. But if it kind of stays the same, to call them on Monday and they would call a high-risk doctor, or, you know, set up an appointment for me with a high-risk doctor and get it figured out. But luckily it kind of just turned to like old brown blood and it kind of stopped. Like, I put myself on bed rest that weekend. I didn't want to like lift anything or move anything or do anything to like upset my cervix or uterus or anything, so it was scary. But yeah, it kind of went away, and then I decided on Monday that, you know, I didn't need to call, and it has since gone away. I haven't had any bleeding since then. I've had an appointment since then, and she's, you know, she said she thinks it was just like the uterus attaching, so I don't know. Very strange and very scary. Any bleeding in pregnancy is terrifying because you're not supposed to be bleeding in pregnancy. But I did get an ultrasound at that appointment, so that's one thing that was good. Also, I think I'm gonna upload the finding out the gender video before this, so that I can just go ahead and say what the gender is. So we got pictures and she confirmed the gender for us because at this point we knew the blood test results, so we hadn't like seen on the screen. So she was able to tell us it is actually a boy. It is in fact a boy. I won't show you his pee-pee because that's embarrassing, right? But I'll show you his little feet, or his little foot. So cute. There's another one. Here's confirming the gender. And then the little spine. The picture is like so crazy to me that there's like a fully formed spine inside of me. And like bones, there's just like bones. It's very strange. So, I mean, silver lining is like we got to see our baby again and like confirm the gender. So it was a very scary experience and I don't really know why it happened, but I hope it doesn't happen again. The last thing I have for week 16 is that when I was laying in bed and like I had put myself on bed rest, I noticed that my boobs had started leaking, like colostrum. It started coming out and it was so cool. It was really good. It was just a good reminder that like my body knows that it's growing a human. It knows exactly what it's supposed to do and it's doing everything right to keep that baby safe. And I had to like just relax and trust my body. So it was super cool. Like, I'm still obsessed with like trying to see if like milk will come out of my boobs. I'm probably not supposed to do that, but it's just so fascinating to me. Oh, the other good thing that came out of this is like before this experience, I was not very attached to my baby or like connected to my baby yet. It was just kind of this gremlin that was growing inside of me and like sucking the life from me all the time. So as soon as I started bleeding and like my heart sank, I was like, immediately like, this is my baby and I will do anything to keep him safe. Like, I don't want to lose him. I will do whatever it takes. Like, I want this baby. I don't want to lose him and then make another one. Like, this is the baby that I want. And it was like this instant like connection that I had. And I don't know, it was really cool in like a sad way that it happened, but it was like a really cool instant connection that I had. And now I'm obviously very, very attached to my baby. Okay, that's all I have for this video. I think it's gonna be really quick. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.